Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying a very big shout out to every one of you for all the love and support you are showing me here with. I am super grateful, and you all are super sweet. Today, I don't know how I am feeling because I am sick and tired of waking up to things like this. Black people do not deserve this. Not even for a minute, not even for a day, not even for any of these things. And it is quite unfortunate that things like this are still happening. I don't know if it's ever going to change. But I think enough of all this kumbaya. It's time to wake up and match their energy, because the energy they are giving us is the energy we need to return back to them. I think when we return the same energy they give black people, they are going to wake up. They are going to stop doing some certain things. Because if you do not match their energy, they think you are a fool. We can wake up any day and take away life and nothing is going to happen. And it looks like nothing is happening. Because we want to be at peace, because we choose peace at every point in time. Yeah, it is not in the history that black people are violent, but no, I think it is time to give them back what they give us. Because enough of all this bullshit. You suspected she stole something from the store, and you arrived there, and you are also giving her threats that, like, I mean, what you want to, you telling her already that I'm gonna shoot you if you don't. And I don't know what was running through her mind. She was already scared. And she also made it clear that she did not take anything. And still, they already caught the gun while asking her questions and straight up Pe0ple her, and instantly she died with her baby. Like, how long are we supposed to keep accommodating things like this? Enough is enough. I am gonna roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. Let me know what you all think. Let's get.
Ohio police officers shot and killed a black pregnant woman on August 24th. Her name was Takiyah Young, and her baby both ended up dying. The body cam of what happened was just released. It is incredibly heartbreaking and emotional, and it's obvious that the police grossly misused their power and they escalated a situation when they should have de-escalated it. Both officers in the video were screaming at her at the top of their lungs to get out of the car. They had their guns drawn. One of the officers was standing in front of her car and the other one was standing at her window. Takiyah had been accused of shoplifting, but she was adamant that she didn't have anything. The officers continued to yell at her and tell her to get out of the car, and when she tried to drive away, she was shot by the officer at the front of the car. The items that Takiyah had been accused of taking were in the store. But regardless if Takiyah had taken something or not, the price of shoplifting is not death. The police are not judge, jury, and executioner. They don't get to decide that. One of the officers is on administrative paid leave, and the other one is already back at work. This is completely unacceptable. These officers need to be held accountable. Instead of de-escalating the situation and serving and protecting as they're supposedly supposed to do, they unalived a woman and her baby. Her name was Takiyah Young, so say it and hold these officers accountable.
I was sent this story about Takiyah Young from Columbus, Ohio. Listen, I just saw the body cam footage, all of it, even the slowed down version. And it's going to be on our YouTube page. You know, the link's in our bio. You can go to Flo's page or my page, Foolish, and click on the link. You'll see the full unedited version of the body cam footage for Takiyah Young. Now, first off, no weapon should have been drawn at her for allegedly stealing, especially because she didn't pose any kind of threat. She didn't have a weapon or anything. She told that police officer she didn't take anything, and it was the other girl stealing. So the officer should have confirmed the correct people or person that they were looking for. right? Also, that Kroger employee, Kroger's is responsible also, because that Kroger employee misidentified this young lady, lied on her. Yes, I'm yelling because I'm mad. But the officers should have confirmed they had the correct person they were looking for. I understand, yes. Maybe she should have gotten out of the car or just, put it in park or whatever. But you got to understand from our point of view, when people call the police on us, it is a send to heaven sentence. Automatic. There's no guessing at it. It happens all the time. But she shouldn't have been messed with at all in the first place because nothing was confirmed. She was falsely identified. And the cop that ran over there using profanity and was being aggressive from the get-go, he immediately pulled out his firearm. Instead of trying to de-escalate, taking the lead and de-escalate, somebody de-escalate. Instead of trying to de-escalate, you wanted to send her to heaven. Now, when you look at the body cam footage, it's going to make you mad. It's going to make you cry because she was immediately gone after that. Immediately. But when you look at the body cam footage, she turned her wheel to the right when slowly moving forward. She wasn't trying to punch it or nothing. This right here suggests that she was trying to avoid the officer, not hit him. And when she said, and I quote, "Are you going to shoot me?" Takia asked this haunting question before she was fatally unalived. This shows that she was acting out of fear, not malice. When Takia stated that she didn't steal anything and she was pointing at some other people instead, that was the game changer for the whole case. Because they should have investigated before unaliving, before sending her to heaven. And also, I don't know if you knew or not, there was a witness who came forward and said Takia did not remove any type of alcohol from the store. That adds weight to her statement. The family's attorney has released a statement because they saw the body cam footage. It shouldn't have taken this long to see it. The only reason that they were delaying this whole thing is because they knew they were wrong. They knew they were wrong. So the family has released a statement. It talks about this entire case, the violations that occurred, how this was preventable. You can go read it on Facebook. You'll see it on our YouTube. But this is sad. I'm heartbroken over this, like I am many other cases. This is a GoFundMe that's set up. You can scan this QR code for the family. Let's support them. My God. But go to YouTube. You'll see the whole thing. It shows it in real time. It also slows it down and shows you immediately she's gone. The moment that officer came over there and pulled that trigger. Go check out my bro Flo's page. He goes in a little bit more detail. But go to our YouTube channel, BNN, the Black News Network Media. Go check it out. You'll see the whole thing.
And before some of you back the blue motherfuckers come into my comment section talking about the car was moving until it crashed into the building, understand that she had already been shot by that time. Also, there has been no statement or no evidence showing that Miss Young stole anything out of that store. As a matter of fact, in his interview with the AP on Friday, Walton denied that Young had stolen anything from the grocery store. He said his firm found a witness who saw Young put down bottles of alcohol as she left the store. He goes on to say the bottles were left in the store. So when she is in her car denying that, that's accurate. She did not commit any theft. Now, before you intellectually and research challenged individuals show up in my comment section getting cussed out, allow me to do some heavy lifting for you. The Blendon Township Police Department's use of force policy says When it is feasible, officers should take reasonable steps to get out of the way of an approaching vehicle instead of firing a weapon. Furthermore, an officer should only discharge a firearm at a moving vehicle or its occupants when the officer reasonably believes there are no other reasonable means available to avert the imminent threat of the vehicle, or if deadly force other than the vehicle is directed at the officer or others. So let me get this right. A 21-year-old black woman and her unborn child are both dead over an allegation of shoplifting, and 2 police officers engaged in activities that blatantly violated the policies of the police department they belong to. And then to add insult to injury, one of the police officers is back on duty, and the one who fired the fatal shot is on paid administrative leave.
White person goes into a store, gets caught, takes it, moves on. Black person gets caught stealing at a store. It's because I'm black. Now there's a case, and we got to figure out if there's discrimination involved.
Yeah, that didn't age well, did it? Didn't even start off well, but definitely didn't age well. So my question is, what kind of goddamn epiphany are you going to dance about now? Y'all have the day you deserve.
I am sick to my fucking stomach. I am not surprised, but I am gravely disappointed. I am sick to my stomach in disgust. The body cam footage of the murder of Takia Young was released at 10 a.m. today, September 1st, 2023. And I just watched it. I'm not going to be sharing the video on my platform because, quite frankly, I don't feel comfortable showing a video of a black woman being murdered. The body cam footage that I watched lasted about 50 seconds. That's about how long it took for them to take Takia Young's life and her unborn daughter. After accusing her of stealing, even though they had absolutely no proof except for a worker that had worked at the Kroger, tried to bust out her driver's side window, got in front of the car and had a gun drawn while saying, "Get the F," and then after they shot her, they kept banging on her window telling her to get the F out of the car. These officers are on paid vacation after murdering a woman and her unborn daughter. How sick is that? Justice for Takia Young.
This about to make y'all mad. This makes absolutely no sense at all. So you telling me the penalty for stealing a bottle of liquor is death now? Ohio police unalive 21-year-old Takia Young just because a Kroger employee said that they thought she stole a bottle of liquor. And I don't like it. What the? And she was pregnant, so they unalived the baby as well. Y'all, I can't make this up. Oh, it gets worse. She also had a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old sons. 6 months pregnant, and we doing all of that for a bottle of liquor. I'm disgusted right now. And of course, they ain't released the body cam footage yet. Comment in the comments for them to release the body cam footage and tell me what you think about this. What is going on with the police and us, man? I don't like it. I don't like it.
So body cam footage has just been released of the shooting and death of Takia Young. And I'm not going to share the video here. I don't want to show the death of this young woman. But something I really do want to touch upon, and like I talked about it before in terms of respectability politics, is that when you are a black woman existing in this world, people will treat you like you're fucking scum. There have been images released of all of the bags that she had from Kroger, and not a single one of those bags, which are bagged, the bags are bagged, which means she went to checkout or went to a checkout, a person at a register and checked out, and they bagged her things. Even though somebody within that store accused her of stealing, there's no way she could have gotten those bags without having purchased something. And from the images that have been shown, there is no indication that she had any alcohol. There is a claim by this article stating that she supposedly assaulted two of those fucking oinkers with her car as she tried to drive away. In the beginning of the video, you can clearly see that fucking oinker comes up to her window very aggressively and is just banging on her window. And when she rolls down the window, because he's stating that she needs to get out of the car, and she says, "For what?" all he says is to get out of the car. He does not give her any indication of what she has supposedly or allegedly done. And even right before she is shot, she says, "Why are you going to shoot me?" And what did they end up doing? They fucking shot her. And this is me getting back to my point about respectability. You can be an educated black woman. You can be a polite and respectable, quote unquote, black woman. But at the end of the day, when a fucking oinker or a fucking racist walks up to you, they don't see none of that shit. They see a black person that they are looking and seeking to be fucking horrific to. Nobody who looks at black people and has love and respect for black people and the black community is going to look at music that is made by artists and apply that to all black people. Because you know who does do that? Fucking racists and people that we don't need to be fucking appealing to. You are never going to tell me in a million years, had that been a white girl sitting in that car, that those police officers would have fucking shot her. Even if she had sold thousands of dollars worth of merchandise, they would have never shot her. We as black women don't even get the courtesy to live in this country without people wanting to take our lives each and every day. So please, keep your respectability politics for the fucking racists that you're pandering to, and leave the rest of us the fuck alone. Because you are putting us in fucking danger. If you want to tap dance for them, that's your motherfucking business.
You guys, I just got finished looking at the Takia Young's video of the young lady that was unalived by the police that was pregnant. And I feel so many different things. It was senseless in both instances, on the police side, but in all honesty, on her side as well. Because all she had to do was get out of this car. That's all she had to do. I can't stress to young people, old people, middle-aged people, listen, the police is the police is the police. They're going to do what they're going to do regardless. All you have to do is comply. You don't have to agree. Comply. You want me to get out the car? Okay. Even though you don't got no right asking me to get out the car because I haven't committed a crime. Okay, fine. I'm going to get out the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do whatever it is you tell me to do because I know that I'm black. I know that you got a gun, and happy trigger fingers. You are not going to win with them. And I know some of y'all argue back and forth, and that's fine. View how you want to view. This is just my view. And this is a person that's been in the situation, a person that actually has turned themselves into the FBI before. You know what I'm saying? And and has gone to jail. Let them do what they're going to do. Comply. And then after the fact, do what you need to do. Okay, you want to arrest me? Fine. Cuff me, arrest me, do whatever. But all the time, you don't have to say shit. Do not say anything. Do not say anything. Then once you get out of that situation, then you go, you find you a lawyer, and you do what you need to do. But only at that point, because your life does matter. They view us in a certain way, and you guys know that. But every single chance, y'all will go ahead and buck up against them. Unnecessarily. You don't got to be a dun-da-da-dun just because you're complying. Just comply because your life is worth it. I don't know. I just feel passionate about it, and that's my 2 cents. My heart goes out to her family, and I pray her kids just get through whatever they have to. It's a feeling that you never get over, is your mother being gone. So I pray God is with that family.
I just got a lot of the answers to what I was looking for when it came to what happened to Takaya Young. I don't say go watch the footage, but then go watch the footage. Honestly, that interaction should not have happened. That should not have happened. I've seen so many videos of white people driving off on cops that are trying to stop them for worse things that get away, and nobody pulls out a gun and nobody stands in front of a car. But for some reason, this officer who was helping someone else get into their car stopped what he was doing, walked over to where Takaya was, and started getting involved, immediately drew a gun before anything, and then started firing when she tried to get away because she said she wasn't stealing. And they didn't want to accept her answer. And they didn't want to go through the civil court process. They didn't want to issue a warrant for her and go through the courts. They wanted to immediately be the judge, jury, and executioner in that situation. And my heart is broken because they didn't just take one person out of the world. They took two, and they just totally changed the trajectory of her son's lives by taking her off the planet within 30 seconds of interacting with her, making that decision. And it happens so much in this fucking country where if you don't like what I'm doing, you can call these executioners to your aid if you are white and get them to do this and be an assassin for you. And you could hear in the language, there was no concern for her safety. There was no nothing. It was just, she's a perpetrator, that's it. They already made it in their mind, she stole something, that's it. They didn't consider any of the other situations. They didn't consider anything except for the fact that she was a black woman and she was guilty. I know that for a fact. I've been to Ohio. I have family out there. I'm partially from Ohio. I know how it is. It's black and it's white. And when you're black, you don't get benefit of the doubt. You don't get treated the way a white person would, not by white cops. And then the most frustrating part of it is when they redacted and adjusted the tape, this time that they've been taking to like make sure things are certain ways, you know, they have to protect information. They literally obscure the faces of these officers so the public doesn't know who the threat is in these communities. We don't know who the active threat was. My cousin didn't have a gun. She had a car and she wanted to go home. She was probably scared. We all do stupid stuff when we're scared. I'm scared of seeing a cop drive by, let alone one look at me, and then let alone another one run up with a gun. I don't know what I would do in those situations, and I'm never going to judge somebody who tries to leave and tries to flee for their life. But I know that my cousin wasn't trying to kill an officer with her car. I know that was not the intention. But the intention of pointing a gun at somebody is always to kill. The intention of saying open that fucking door is not to serve the community. It's to show somebody that they're going to listen to you and they're going to align with your authority, or else they're going to face a punishment. We don't need cops. Not if they're like this. Not if they can't protect and serve all in the community. Not if they're not from the community. Not if when they look at people that don't look like them and they don't see humanity in them because they're a perpetrator. Stealing or not. I'm not going to give my opinion on that. I don't care. Nobody is worth less than a bottle of booze. I hear people complaining about what's going on in California, people looting and stealing from the stores. I don't give a shit. Those people, their lives are still worth more than those bags of Gucci and Fendi and whatever they're taking. I don't care about corporate crime. I don't. I do care about lives. And I do care about the cycle of injustice that's perpetuated when you kill and take parents out of the household that would be there for those children. Literally pushing them into a life of crime themselves. Forcing our society to have motherless and fatherless kids in the system. What do you think happens to them? And why do you think you feel so damn good about taking their parents away when you had yours your whole life? I don't know if we're ever going to resolve this issue. But in this one little puzzle piece, my heart breaks for my family. And they better get that fucking justice. My Auntie Nadine, her son, they better get the justice they deserve. Takaya did not deserve what happened to her. Nobody deserves what happened to her. There will be no peace until we stop letting these police patrol in our communities that have no accountability for what they're doing. I don't care what you think you look like, who you are, what you believe in. There are hired legal assassins policing and patrolling your neighborhood. They might smile at you and they may be friendly, and you may think that they're to protect you, but I promise you, they are not. And we have to start the work. We have what we need. Start the work to get justice. These people should not be allowed to work in public anymore. They are not trusted. So it begins.
Not only do racist white people believe the lies told by police, racist white people will then take those lies and spread them everywhere to try to push this false narrative about what takes place when officers murder black people. Takaya Young never tried to run anyone over. The body cam footage clearly shows her driving around the officer, trying to get away from these psychopaths that drew their guns out on her because supposedly she was shoplifting, but they didn't find any shoplifted items in her vehicle. So miss me with this bullshit propaganda and take your comments somewhere else.
So let's be clear. You think that the consequences for stealing a bottle of alcohol is you dying and your child dying, being murdered? You and your child being murdered for stealing a $20 bottle of alcohol. You think that's the consequences that she brought upon herself?
So this is all I got from the stitches, and I don't know how I feel. I was so emotional watching this, seeing everybody speak and talk on what they think and the rest of it. Excuse me. Do you know one thing I hate? I hate the fact that when someone is no more, people are, it is more like an opportunity for people to say what they want to say. Because they always have an opinion. They can say what they want to say. I do not say people's opinion do not matter and all of that, but then when someone is normal, that is when they actually have something they want to say. Do I blame them? I do not blame them. But I blame Pe0ple people who actually went around dropping comments on black people's videos when they see this Takia's, what happened to her. Someone really got the nerves to say she tried to run over someone. Just stop it already. Gosh, where are you people's humanity? Because I really do not understand this thing. Make this thing make sense. Where is your humanity? Someone just lost her life and the life of her baby. And someone is after that she want to run somebody over. The cops that already posed as threats to her. God, I am telling you people that it took just 20-something seconds. Just 20-something seconds. Not more than that. To pew her. Straight up. And I am going to say this, that police department are the worst department ever. They are a big threat to black lives. They don't care. I really don't want to know what was running through this woman's mind when they pulled her, or when they started with, she asked them, are you going to shoot me? That even shows how scared she is. She did not steal anything. Even a white man in the store confirmed it that she did not take anything, which she did not. And I am saying this, that store also should be charged because they also perpetrated what happened to this young lady. I mean, I think you all cops, they need to go back and start all afresh because they are not trained. These are not trained cops. Who shoots somebody straight up without even asking, without, even if she was slowly driving, and see how they immediately, she passed away straight up. She did not, she passed away and the car went, and mind you, before they shot her, the car was already on. And all you all want to do is come and say that she was trying to run somebody over. I hope my ancestors judge you all harshly. I am so sad. I keep saying this. No black person should ever be scared of being pulled over by the cops. But whoever that is pulling you over is already, I mean, giving you that you are gonna die attitude, because that was the attitude they gave the lady. They gave her the attitude that we are killing you straight up. Because how do you cock gun on somebody straight up? Even if she stole, her life, you are not the judge. You do not have any right to kill somebody. You are just a cop. Except the person is posing a threat or something. You can tase or do some other thing, but not pewing straight up. Just 20-something seconds. And palm-colored people are going around telling people she was trying to. I don't know how the family are feeling and how they are faring too. I don't know the kids, how they are. Black people really have gone through so much. They have, in these people's hands. Since slavery to this very moment. Is there ever going to be change? I have been preaching no need for and all that, but no, I am not preaching that anymore. I think black people should get their Pe0ple as well, because I don't get this. I do not get this. And enough of all this kumbaya. It is time to march out. It is time to step out. They are thinking, I know, like, it's never in black people's history to be violent and all that. But I think the resistance that said everything is not it doesn't solve everything. But I think this time around it is going to solve some certain things. This is where I am going to draw the curtain and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.